I'm feeling good, Tommy boy. How are you, man?
It sounds like I'm better than you are, but I
Well,
don't think I could ever say that. Sounds like you're fighting a head cold. You doing all right?
I'm doing all right. Listen, I just got to eat, I don't know how many pounds of turkey
All
and,
the pounds.
hey, I have a question for you. Cranberry sauce in a can. Is it good?
Yes.
Is it bad?
100% all in on canned cranberry sauce.
That's why I love you. I catch flack from my family like, oh, you're the only one that eats this. Listen, if it doesn't make the
Yes.
sound, then I'm not in. So yes,
Which, by the way,
that's all
that needs to be a new F and G name too.
Yeah,
Just that
say that
sound
in
effect.
COT.
Yeah. Yeah. My mom makes this cranberry sauce. I'm pretty sure she just scoops up like fruit bits and stuff from the garbage disposal and congeals it inside of a mold. And I'm not in. Because then the beauty of the can is A, it's always available. B, it's the perfect condiment to your turkey sandwich the next day.
I agree.
Yeah, I'm all in.
And it has perfect little ridges where you can cut it. And then,
Yes.
you can cut it to size. You
Yeah.
slap a piece of, you get some sourdough bread, you slap some turkey, some gravy, throw some of that cranberry sauce on it. I mean, I'm not even mad at you if you put some sweet potato casserole with the marshmallows for a little bit of sweetness on there. Dude, maybe even some mashed taters. I'm just saying, you slap all that between two pieces of bread, it's better than Thanksgiving dinner. It's
Now, do you do
fantastic.
the Ross Geller, the moist maker, the gravy soaked piece of bread in the middle?
I don't, because I don't particularly like that third piece of bread. It's
Right.
it's just there, and just get rid of it. That make more room for turkey. Get rid of that little moist maker in the middle.
You got to have your protein, man.
I concur.
Well, we are recording live today. It is Friday, Good Friday. Just came off of our annual F3 FIA convergence. We call it F3A. So we have 4 stations, 1 queue, 2 queues at each station representing FIA and F3. Always a great time, 2.0 friendly, out-of-towner friendly. Had a couple of F&Gs today from the area, which is great. Usually they're from elsewhere and we don't see them again, but we locked them in. So that was fun. Recording this podcast perfectly timed because the theme that we'll reveal here in a second ties right into December and gears us up for a more fun, more high impact. So I'm ready to dive into it unless you want to cover anything that we want to make sure guys hit. Obviously, the Accelerate campaign, we're coming down to the wire here. We've had a big week. We threw our president out of a plane. There's video proof of that. Yep. Rumor has it that there's a shaved head coming up, but I don't know if that's even street legal yet. So,
if we hit 750K, it's a head shave live on Facebook, so everybody can see the whole thing. And if you know Dark Helmet, and you and I know Dark Helmet well, his hair is like his thing. I mean,
it is the helmet.
It is the helmet, and I'm just saying. He's a pretty strong dude, and I don't know how much like Samson he'll be if we end up shaving his head. And I don't know what happens at that point. But I had the privilege yesterday, Thanksgiving Day. We had 85 guys at our Fort Mill convergence, and I got to spend some time with Dark Helmet. And I will tell you, he does not want to cut his hair. He wants to cut his hair less than he wanted to jump out of a plane. So that being said, if you guys go to f3-foundation.com, you can make a donation to the Accelerate campaign, and we can see if we can shave El Presidente's cabeza, cut his hair off.
We've got it covered. There's no way we can't nail this and knock it out of the park. We got it covered. So nation, give often, give well. Post it to all your social media accounts because anybody can give. And we've got a lot of impact that we can cover with those dollars. So let's make it happen. This week, we'll jump right into it. Got another great response on our Slack channel. Stuff we're trying is that hashtag on Slack. Otherwise, on Twitter, it's at SWTF3. Flip that, smack it, rub it down at F3SWT on Twitter. But some of the guys, our guests today, I'm not even going to spoil it. We'll bring them on and we'll dive in. So without further ado, Lazarus, we'll start with you because you're on my screen first. Tell us a little bit of Name-a-rama and how you got your F3 name.
All right. So my F3 name is Lazarus. I am 32 and hospital name is Anthony DiMartino. I do come from the Blue Ridge region, Virginia, West Virginia. I got my F3 name because I basically should be dead. I was in a car accident back in 2014 that I broke my spine, had a split vertebrae, landed myself in the hospital for about a week and a half and was on 2 months of bed rest. So when the guy that named me heard that, he was just like, I can't give you anything else. Like, just the only thing that comes to my head is Lazarus. Are you cool with that? I was like, yeah, I'm okay with that. Like, I absolutely am okay with that.
This sound,
Wow.
that's the sound of
What's
my
up?
excuse list. That sound was my excuse list. I just crumbled up. So
Yeah.
yeah, you've crossed off all of my excuses I could ever have.
Yeah,
Well,
it's one of those things where people are like, well, I don't know if I can do that. And I look at him, I was like, hey man, I got a bar in my back and I do this stuff. Like, you can do it. I promise you, you
Yeah.
can do it. If you put your mind to it and you really push yourself mentally, your body is gonna follow.
no doubt.
I mean, at this point, Tommy boy, let's just shut it down. That's the best message we've had.
All right, guys, be good or be good at
Be
it.
good
We'll
at it.
see you
That's
next
right.
week. I like it. I like it. And Cowher, I got you next, brother.
All right, so Cowher, 35, named Scott Schaefer. I got the name because my father and his side of the family grew up right outside of Pittsburgh. So growing up, I've always been a Steelers, Pirates, Penguins fan and stuff. So same guy that named Lazarus named me as well, or good friend of mine. So the very first day I was there, it took them all 3 seconds to come up with Cowher. So that's what it's been.
There you go. So Cowher,
Outstanding.
for those non-sports ball people, Bill Cowher was the coach for the Steelers for several years, and being that we're Carolinians, Tommy Boy and myself, we know that he's got some roots here in the Carolinas. His daughters attended NC State. Good dude, a great name to be named after. You know, sometimes we get named after some seedy characters, but that's a good one. So
Yeah, I can't complain.
yeah,
And I
that's
think
not too
second,
bad.
maybe, and this might be a bold statement, but I would put him right behind Ditka as most iconic football mustache.
Wow.
I mean,
Or the
well, my
Jesse-
age, I'm 46, growing up, in the 80s. I mean, that was Cowher's mustache, man. That was right there next to Ditka's. So
That's right.
call me crazy in the comments, fellas. All 11 of you that are listening. So, Cowher, I'm going to start with you just because I know that you and I share the same birthday week. You're the 13th of December. I'm the 14th. You just shared offline that Christmas is your favorite holiday. You pinged me and connected with me your challenge, which for the nation is the Advent Challenge. So why don't you give us that 30,000-foot view of what that is and the origin story, if you don't mind?
Yeah, so actually it was Lazarus' idea to come up with this challenge. I've been the one to kind of try to make it happen, to use my very limited IT skills and computer skills to make this thing happen. But so it really started from, you have the Iron Packs challenge and all these different challenges and stuff. And we were sitting down talking one day and we're like, you know what, I don't think there's anything in December. We have the Mamba challenge in January for burpees and things like that, and then things out the summer. But I was like, we don't have anything in December. So that's when he came up with that idea. Well, is there some way that we can do an advent calendar, but do it with a workout instead? So we spent probably a month and a half trying to figure out how to do this and where the best way to go about it. And like I said, with very limited computer skills, it was quite a challenge. But we sat down one day in his front yard and looked like a bunch of idiots out there just trying a bunch of different exercises and workouts in the front yard. So it was a pretty good time. Pretty good time.
So can you describe to me, and this is open to either Cowher or to Lazarus, how does it work? Like, would I click on a link and then, I mean, I'm used to literally pulling open the door and getting a little piece of chocolate out. So how does this work? How would I open and then see what the workout entails? What's the IT piece behind it? Like, how do I do it if I'm in a region not in your local region in Virginia?
You want to take it there?
Yeah, so we did partner with some other guys out of the Blue Ridge region, and there are some very tech-savvy guys out there that do have a website set up already, which I'm sure we'll figure out a way to drop that link into the channels and everything on Slack. And if you go to this link, there is the calendar already set up. You can click on the day or the date of the week of December. It'll flip open that door and then it'll kind of give you just a very short description of what that workout is. We tried to mix it up with some different movements that everybody should know, different styles of workout, some for time, some for as many reps as possible, EMOM, stuff like that. But everything is going to be set up on the Blue Ridge website.
Now, would a guy be able to sneak ahead and click on next week or the following week, or do you guys have it capped that it's only the week that you're on? So the first day, second day, third day. Could I go to day 24, or would I have to start at day 1?
Gotta start at day 1. Only one day at a time.
One day at a time.
Well, we remembered as kids when you had the advent calendar, what was the first thing you want to do was get another piece of chocolate or another piece of candy or whatever it was. So
that's right.
As adults, I think we all would still have that temptation to, let me see what tomorrow's workout's going to be. Let me see what Thursday's workout's going to be. So we did find a calendar maker that only allows you to open up the day as soon as that day happens. So you go to try to sneak ahead, it's going to shake that little door at you and say, no.
No more chocolate for you.
I love it. Yeah. So having talked with the Iron Packs guys before, IJ and I know that one of their biggest challenges is guys who want the sneak peek. So the fact that you've shut down that conversation immediately makes me smile. Lazarus, you did hint at it. I'm a firm believer that when it comes to F3 and those tough beatdowns, those tough CSOPs, those battles are fought in your lungs and they're won in your brain, to kind of redirect what you said. So the fact that you're going to create this mental fortitude in the guys to not be able to jump ahead and stick with it and just wait to find out, I dig it. And you've taken the elements of F3 and the elements of growing up in a kid with the Sears catalog, and you smash them together for a great CSOP. So you guys have put together this year's beatdowns. Am I correct in that you came together as a region and assembled this super set of 24 days? Is that right?
Correct.
So then what's the next iteration? Where do you guys envision this going for years to follow?
Yeah, so what we would love to see happen is the packs and regions that participate in this, that hopefully throughout the year we can create some sort of channel that everybody could either come up with their own daily workout or a video that could be linked to this page. And that way we can take ideas from all around the nation, around the world to put together. So that way it's more of a, F3 brotherhood. We're going to share this thing. We're all in it together and be able to take these workouts and do it year after year with new ideas and new styles and, different people leading it.
Dude, I love that idea. So basically year 1, you guys have completed the first one, but that's the appetizer. Now the ask of the nation is, yes, join us for the month celebration, but secondarily submit an idea, submit the exercise routine of your choice, a beatdown of your choice. And then it would say, it might say, for the second day of the month, this is the workout from F3 Greensboro, North Carolina. This is the workout from F3 Gold Rush in California. And then for the full duration of 2023's Advent calendar, maybe we would have multiple regions participating, submitting their workouts so that it becomes a nationwide CSOP of sorts.
That would be our goal. Yes, that would be an awesome thing to have happen. Yes.
I think I only have one request, is that if Kenya submits, or when Kenya submits a workout, it can't be a running workout, because those guys apparently run 10 miles in like 45 minutes. So
yeah,
if we can make that not happen, they have to do like push-ups or I don't know, something crazy, but not running.
My whole deal is when I do a workout, they know I'm not going to run, because the only time I run is when I'm being chased by a bear. So
Heard.
Good point. Good point.
Well, in your region, that could happen often. So you may be a very accomplished runner for all we know. I love the idea of crowdsourcing this thing, because it really gives the keys of the kingdom to the guys. F3 has given it away. This is one of the first CSOPs that I've seen where it's truly given away, moving forward. That is these one clarifying question is, and if you can't answer, if you need to plead the fifth, that's fine. I'll wait till the first. Are a lot of these workouts, or a lot of these like a daily challenge? For example, 300 push-ups before the clock strikes midnight.
They're more of just a workout, daily workout.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when we were putting together the movements and everything, we really wanted to try to design this so that way it's a workout that you could fit in before work, after work. Even on your lunch break, some of these things, you'd be able to do on the lunch break. They're, like I said earlier, we got some EMOMs, some AMRAPs, things for time, things like that. And it is more of a workout, not a, like the Maba was 100, 100 burpees before midnight. This is, hey, you got a 25-minute workout, fit it in where you can fit it in.
Tommy boy, I'm already seeing this as a golden opportunity. If a queue doesn't show up for whatever reason, somebody just pulls up on their phone and says, we are going to the 12th day and here's what we're doing. And it's already prepared. I'm seeing this as an opportunity to store this in my back pocket for not only the workout, just keeping up with it, but also if something were to go awry and the queue misses, he smart sacks, fart sacks, whatever happens, we've got something prepped that is a surprise to all of us. So, I mean, I love this idea. Now we're going to put the link in the show notes, and you said it was going to be on your Blue Ridge website, but where else could the guys find it? Is there a Twitter account? Should they reach out to you guys, or how can the nation find the current upcoming in the next few days Advent workout calendar?
So I was going to wait until towards the beginning of December, and I will post it on the National Slack page under the news or the Stuff We're Trying page. It will also be on our Twitter page and things like that when time gets closer there. So. And
what's the Twitter handle so the guys can find it?
I knew you were going to ask me this. I'm not a tech guy at all, but it is F3 Blue Ridge.
Okay.
F3 Blue Ridge, yes.
Awesome.
At F3, hey bear.
At F3, I don't have to be faster than the bear. I just have to be faster than my buddy.
That's it. Don't have to be the fastest guy, just not the last guy. I dig it. I mean, I can think of a million reasons, but I want to hear from you guys. Give us your kind of closing thoughts, final thoughts on, we love to ask this question. Why is this stuff worth trying?
I'll let you go first, Lazarus.
For the newness for me, man, I am going to spoil a little bit, not totally, but my favorite workout I actually got off of another region that posted in Slack and everything. It is a workout I love queuing. I love bringing, it's a mental beat for sure. But that actually is going to be on the calendar. So my birthday is also in December. So it'll be on my birthday. I'm not going to tell you when, because, it'll be there. But
spoilers,
for
come
me,
on, give the people.
it is near yours. I will say that it is near yours.
All right, I'm pulling up your LinkedIn profile right now.
But yeah, for me, F3, I love learning the new workouts, man. I love getting those ideas from other great guys out there and pushing my limit to see, can I do this? Is this something that I'm able to complete? That's why, when I was talking to Cowher, coming up with this calendar, one of the first thoughts in my head was, I want to see this thing go national. I want to see what kind of, awesome guys are out there coming up with the crazy ideas for workouts to bring back to our region to really push myself physically and mentally.
I dig it. How about you, Cowher?
So, I mean, for me, F3, I've been in F3 two and a half years now, and for me, there's times where I'll miss a couple workouts in a row, or work or traveling or doing this or that, and the M always says, you know what, I see that you haven't been there. I see a difference in you when you're not there. Mm-hmm. And to me, that's a very important thing to me. Of hey, when I'm there with my brothers and there's other guys there to help each other out, I feel totally different about myself. I feel like I can do anything. And, I try to bring that back to my house, and my two kids and stuff, and be like, hey, who is it that I want to be for them? And so, like Lazarus was saying, this challenge, is to get the whole nation involved and be like, hey, we can do this together. We can become better men and do it together. So I think this is going to be a great chance for us all to be able to, see where everybody's at, and see, like you said, there's some crazy ideas that some of you guys come up with, and some crazy challenges. And I think it's going to be an awesome time just to be together.
Yeah, I totally sign off on the crowdsourcing of this idea in the sense that, F3 is free. We don't own it, which means it's ours to give away. And the idea of inviting other guys to come in and keep the momentum moving, but also keep the enthusiasm and the ideas. And, Lazarus, you said you discovered a workout that you once saw, you loved it, you've cued it multiple times, you're excited now to give it away. Like that kind of idea and paying it forward is great. I'm not going to say thank you because I have a feeling a lot of these are going to be awful, but I do appreciate the fact that you brought it to our attention. We're coming off a day that's designated of being thankful. We're now in the thick of a day that's designated to spend a bunch of money and feed the capitalist machine, which, it's fine. There's goods and bads to all of it, right? If you guys need somebody to help you with the crowdsourcing, I'm pretty sure Elon Musk will be looking for work here in a couple of weeks. But we're about to step into a time of reflection as the year grinds down to a halt, but also at a time of giving, right? And everything that definition entails. So I'm going to give my favorite Twitter sage, which is Italian Job, a chance to just kind of offer up some thoughts as we transition from being thankful into the season of giving, just because I think it's a perfect time to remind ourselves how lucky we are, not just as men of F3 who wake up every morning, God willing, SkyQ willing, and our feet hit the ground, SkyQ willing. There are men out there whose feet don't hit the ground, right? And they still get after it. I think of some of the studs out in Omaha that still find ways to get out there and be as active as they can and pay it forward to their region. So Italian Job, I hope I stalled enough to give you some thoughts. I've seen some tweets come from you in the past couple of weeks. Well, always. Who are we kidding? But just an offer for you to kind of close us out as we go from November and being thankful into December and the idea of giving it away.
TV, I appreciate it. I kind of look at it from a perspective of it's the day after Thanksgiving. And if you're scrolling through Facebook or Instagram, you're seeing these beautiful kitchens. You have a perfectly dressed bird and everything is clean and tidy. But what you don't see is the other side of the camera where the kitchen is a wreck. You may see the pictures of the family, the family portraits where everyone's smiling and everyone looks tidy. But what you don't see is 1 second after the picture was taken, the children are crying because you took the stick away that they were playing with, or you say smile or I'm going to smack you, or whatever it is. These are the things that don't show up on social media. So a few years back, my daughter came home from preschool and she had a feather that she had pulled off of the classroom turkey. And her job was to come home and write down on the back of the feather what she was thankful for, which made me think, and this is a list of things that I created, probably 6-7 years ago. But these are the things, this is the back of the backside, the behind the scenes images that you don't see. So it's an idea of adjusting your perspective. I'm thankful for the stack of dirty dishes because it reminds me that we have food to eat. I'm thankful for the pile of laundry needing to be washed because it reminds me that we have clothes to keep us warm. I'm thankful for the mortgage statement that reminds me I have a place to live. I'm thankful for the tea parties with my daughter because they remind me I'm blessed to be a dad. I'm thankful for the crushed up goldfish crackers in my wife's car. That reminds me that we have reliable transportation. I'm thankful for the Hallmark Channel Christmas movies that remind me I'm no longer a bachelor and that I have a wonderful wife whom I love more than I can describe. I'm thankful for rush hour traffic that reminds me I have a job. I'm thankful for the extra walk required at church because the parking lot is full, reminding me that I am free to worship with fellow believers. I'm thankful for the credit card bill that reminds me we have enough to buy not only what we need, but some of the things we want. I'm thankful for my sore muscles that remind me I'm well enough to work out with my F3 brothers every morning. I'm thankful for the restart now message on my computer that reminds me I have access to reading and writing any material at any time that my heart desires. I'm thankful for the preschool homework assignment that reminds me that my blessings are so bountiful, I can't count them all. Adjust your perspective and see how blessed you truly are. Aggravations and inconveniences are reminders that you should slow down, adjust your perceptions, and find the blessing in your life. Maybe it's time you take a feather off the wall, have an attitude of gratitude. You'll be amazed at how blessed you truly are if you step back and focus on how great you truly have it. I promise your outlook on life will change when you count your blessings instead of your shortcomings. That was one of the things that I realized that I put a whole lot of things out on social media that make it seem like I've got it figured out and that I have a perfect life. And what you don't see behind the scenes is I have I'm a man that fails, and I fall short on a daily basis. But and honestly, I compare myself to other people. I see their highlight reel, and I say, how can I compete with that? But I've got to realize that if I look at the things that I have in my life and how blessed I am, it makes me desire other things less. If I focus on how great I truly have it, I stop thinking about the things that I want that I don't already have. So I say that to say we are in a thankful season. We are at the end of the year where we're rolling into the holiday season. And this is the time of year that we give it away. This is the time of year that we would be tempted to look at social media, someone else's Facebook page, and say, man, I wish I had insert whatever the thing is. But you have what you have. And it's a blessing to have what you have. And I'm honored to be associated with the Men of F3. I'm blessed to spend a weekly phone call, Zoom meeting, podcast with Tommy Boy and those that listen in. We are a blessed group of people because we have not only the things that we want, some of the things we need, but we have brotherhood and love and support. And right now we're in a time of year where a lot of folks are moving in the wrong direction. They need something. They are hurting and they don't have a group to turn to. And we have it everywhere we go. One of the great things about this Advent calendar, it's like traveling downrange and being accepted wherever you go. You're one of the guys, regardless if they've never met you before, you're one of the guys. So that's a long way of saying, Tommy Boy, I'm thankful for you. I'm thankful for F3 Nation. And we are blessed beyond measure. I'm also thankful that, we have guys who are willing to call in, like Lazarus and Cowher calling in, sharing some things with us that we can share with the nation. And I encourage the guys to give a little bit for next year so that maybe we can have some of your home reach and some of your home cooking mixed into the Advent calendar for 2023.
Cowher, Lazarus, I'm not going to say I told you so, but I told you so. IJ's got it all buttoned up. Even when he says he doesn't have it buttoned up, he has the thoughts and the willpower to button some stuff up. IJ, I love you, man. I appreciate you sharing. That's exactly what I was looking for. Yeah, how soon we forget. So as we go through what Lazarus and Cowher brought to the table and all the men in the Blue Ridge region, have fun with it. Get after it, fight through the battle in your lungs to win the war in your head, and then remember to pay it forward. And that could be making eye contact with a person who's checking out your groceries and truly asking them, how's their day going? It could be throwing some change or some paper into a cup of somebody on a corner. It could be sitting down and saying not a damn word when your M just needs to come home and unload, and you just need to listen. You don't need to fix it. So that being said, gentlemen, thanks for joining us on Stuff Worth Trying. We've got all sorts of goodies in the show notes. Listen to it, check it out, click on it, sign up, bring the thunder to your next beatdown, but not until December 1st. And as always, be good or be good at it. Love you,
Appreciate
fellas.
you, brother. Bye.